Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cassie Viella, and on this channel we talk about real estate investing, real estate trends, market updates, and home maintenance and home design. So if that's your cup of tea, then you've come to the right place. Today we are going to talk about a new design trend called Grand Millennial. So for me, I am so thrilled about this trend. For people who know me, know that I have been a little old lady since I was about 18. I like comfy sweaters, comfortable shoes, I like to knit, I like to garden, I like to go to bed early and a good cup of tea. So yeah. I like grandma things. And so when I heard about this new trend, Grand Millennial, I was really excited. And sometimes it's called grandma chic. But I like this trend because I have inherited things from my grandmothers that mean a lot to me. They're special parts of my childhood, they have memories associated with them, and Grand Millennial design gives me a way to incorporate those in a trendy way so that my house looks modern but also meaningful. And that's kind of the concept behind Grand Millennial. It's kind of taking a spin on that minimalism that we've kind of been going through, the very sleek look. It's kind of bucking that trend and saying, no, it needs some character. We need some sentimental items. We need something that means something in the mix. So I really love that. So it could be maybe a certain pattern. You might go for like patterned pillows or patterned curtains, something like toile or a floral pattern. It might be some kind of collection. You might collect some particular type of figurines. It might be, you know, plates that you've inherited from a grandparent. Any of those things that kind of remind you of either your grandma or your mom's house, those would fit the bill. Now, the way that we've brought that all into kind of a modern space is by displaying those items in a way that really brings attention to them, and I would say by cutting out the clutter. So I think that we can all remember those homes where, you know, my grandma's house, every counter space, every table space, any surface in her home was filled with knickknacks and vases and everything you can imagine. It was a nightmare to dust, I'm sure. So yeah, her fireplace mantle, just little things all over it. So that is not what we're talking about. We still are kind of in the minimalist trend, less is more. So you don't necessarily want to take those items and clutter up your home with them and put a ton of them on your shelf. But what you might do is pick a couple of items that really mean a lot to you and display those prominently. So one of the examples is this plate wall I've got behind me. I am going to show you from across the room what this looks like and tell you how to do it in a moment. But I just wanted to kind of get the gist of the trend. So it's about picking those few special statement items, using them in your decor, but not going overboard with it, if that makes sense. So just pick some things that you like and then throw them in the mix. You know, my style is a little more, because I do homestead here on my property. So we kind of do sort of a farmhouse, Grand Millennial mixture, but then I also hate clutter. So it's kind of minimalist in its own special way. So I'm going to show you a few items in my house, or a few rooms in my house, that I've incorporated some of the grandma chic design, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments what you have done, any suggestions that you have, any special items or special memories from your past that you're incorporating into your design. So let's start out with this plate wall behind me. So here is my first example of Grand Millennial design. So like I said, I got these plates from my grandma's house, and I wanted to find a way to display them that would kind of put a spin on the usual way. She had them on shelves. And so I saw this idea online to hang them on the wall like this. And I do think it makes it kind of stand out as a focal point. And then also it doesn't make it look as cluttered as it would on shelves. And then what I especially love is, so these plates on the wall, that's from one grandma. And then my other grandma left me this, this antique cabinet full of depression glass. And so that means a lot to me. It's very important to me. And so I've got kind of both of the memories of my grandmothers here and the different styles, and kind of in a clean, modern way. So I'm using my fireplace as another example of sort of a Grand Millennial / farmhouse design. So again, you see the glass from my grandmother. You see some throwbacks like the picture of the birds, the flowers. And then here in my dining room, you know, of course, everybody's grandma, right, had doilies on the tables and kind of on the shelves and things, but this is kind of a play on that, putting them in frames. I actually got these at Target. These aren't sentimental, but I just like how they're framed and kind of uniform, so they look a little more modern, but then it's kind of that old flair. And then Grand Millennial also means a mixture of different patterns. So you can see I'm using the plaid on the curtains, and then a floral pattern, and then a striped pattern as well. I mean, these striped placemats are cork backed so that my kids don't destroy the table, is their main purpose. But you know, you see the different pops of color and different patterns. That's becoming very popular as well. So I hope that was helpful for you. If you liked that and you want to see more content like it, then please remember to subscribe, give it a like, ring that bell, and leave messages in the comments. Tell me what you want to hear. Tell me if you have any questions, any design questions or real estate questions. I'd love to make videos that help you out.